Hey guys, I'm gonna do my best here. Okay, so I wrote my speech here. I'm gonna read it to you. I've spent a great deal of time trying to think of what I wanted to say here today, but I felt that I should instead address our politicians. You who are elected into office to serve us, to protect our freedom and our liberty. I am talking to you, elected representatives. Some of you are good, some of you. And you are not the target of what I'm about to say, but even you, the good ones, should take note of this warning. From the founding of this great and powerful nation, through all the horrible atrocities and greatest of accomplishments, this country was born from a divine responsibility to form a more perfect union based on God-given individual freedom and liberty. We have yet to reach the full potential that our founding fathers had envisioned, and to think after all we have been through together as a nation that we find ourselves in these current circumstances. We look out to you, our so-called leaders, and wonder, can you honestly tell us who amongst you are the righteous ones? Very few of you can answer that honestly. We cannot and will not continue in the direction that you are currently taking us. We, the people, don't want your great reset. We don't want your New World Order, and we don't want any more of your New Deals. We, the people, want to get back to what made us great. We want to leave behind everything that held us back and look forward to what we can accomplish together in this land of the free and home of the brave. Make no mistake, people, a new revolution is upon us. The building up is climaxing and the hour is at hand. We, the people, must now start to separate the good from the bad, the sheep from the wolves, the statesmen from the career politicians. We, the people, are now drawing a line. On one side of the line is political doublespeak, backdoor deals, broken promises, lies, treason, and all of you who fall on this side of the line are tyrannical cowards. On the other side is principle, honor, decency, duty, loyalty to the Constitution and to we the people. The time has come for everyone to decide what side of this line they are on. Our senators and our congressmen, our local governments, our sheriffs, all elected representatives. What side are you on? But we don't want you to use words to answer this. We want to see your actions. What have you been doing leading up to now? And more importantly, what are you going to start doing from today going forward? Your every step, your every sleight of hand, and every single vote leading up to now is a label of your character. You have already told us who you are and what you are made of. The question is, what will you do now? I am calling out all elected representatives in every level of government. Consider yourselves warned. You are either with us or you are against us. There is no in between, not anymore. You have all taken sacred oaths to protect and uphold the Constitution of the United States, which guarantees we the people a Republican form of government no matter what party you belong to. You will all be individually judged by your actions and deeds, and not by the political speech that you throw around every election cycle. We are at war for the future of this nation, and we are holding each and every one of you accountable for what happens next. It's time to get off the gravy train and realize that you are not a protected class after all. We can and will pull you out of office if you do not do your job ethically and constitutionally. You politicians need to wake up to the realization that any and all power that you think you have comes from we the people. Without us, you have nothing. And as a matter of fact, you need us way more than we could ever need you. If you, as a politician, take offense to what I'm saying, then I am definitely talking to you. And I will say it again right to your face. If this makes you uncomfortable, then you are a disgraceful, treasonous coward, and I want you gone from public service. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good men to stand by and do nothing. As I said earlier, and I am still talking to you, politicians, what happens next is up to you. Look at me. I am not standing here because I want to be here. I am not playing one of your political games that you and your colleagues do. I am speaking to you on behalf of the oath you took and the people that count on you to govern properly and honestly. There is a battle taking place in 6 swing states and the capital of this nation. I expect each and every one of you on every level to publicly take a stand. Pick a side. Let it be known exactly who you are and what side you are on. We will know by the actions or lack of actions that you immediately take. Then it is up to us, the good men and women of this nation, we the people, to take action against all who fall on the wrong side of that line. You are domestic enemies, and we will no longer stand by and do nothing. We the people will remove each and every one of you from office if we have to. If you don't want us to come after you, then do your jobs. Honor your oaths, follow the Constitution, audit this election, and stand by our president. Don't just talk about it, do it. We are all watching you. You have been warned.
Ooh, that's a tough act to follow. I want to give you guys a quote. The preservation of the sacred fire of liberty and the destiny of the Republican model of government are justly considered deeply, perhaps as finely, staked on the experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people. This was in the exiting speech of President George Washington. Let that be a reminder that George Washington knew that all of this that our founding fathers gave us, he gave to us and entrusted us to keep. In July of 1954, the Johnson Amendment silenced our churches. They said, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a church, you can't talk politics. And we sat by and we allowed it to happen. And the churches became complacent and uninterested. In 1965, the Elementary and Secondary Education Act was passed. They took over the control of the hearts and minds of our children, and yet we still stayed silent. In 1973, the murder of innocent children was legalized in our country, and we sat silent. The 10-year ban was passed in the United States Congress in 1994, stripping away American citizens' rights to gun ownership, and we sat silent. March 23rd, 2010, they took control of our health care, and yet we still sat silent. Now in 2020, they've stripped away what we had left, and that was our right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness. They shut down our businesses, and they muzzled us with masks, and we sat silent. Now they've taken away the most sacred thing we have left, the ballot box. Are you guys angry enough now? The Board of Supervisors moved their meeting to today because they knew the nation would be watching what was happening in D.C. Gallardo said it was a very successful election and that the Board of Supervisors are the best of class. Their session was a huge success and they did their job. Gates said, Hickman, we're proud of you. You saved lives through your policies, and you saved our democracy. Jack Sellers was elected today to be the new chair, and Sellers said, "My colleagues and I support a full forensic audit of the equipment for the elections after the investigations and litigations for 2020 election are resolved." He said, "Misinformation is the greatest challenge facing our nation today." Guys, we're recalling the Board of Supervisors, and I urge everyone to get involved in this. And I have a very special announcement. We're coming after you, Chukri. We're filing the paperwork next week. Not one of you are going to be left untarnished when this is over with. And I hope none of them hold a public office in this state of Arizona again. Please, I urge you guys, this was given to us one night in prayer, and we acted upon it, and we believe in this, but we need every single one of you to help us because it's a monumental task. Please, please, go to wethepeopleazalliance.com and sign up to volunteer. And let's get 5 tyrants out of office and put all the rest of these guys on notice. Arizona belongs to we the people.